So guys, I'm in a trade, and first off, this is how the trade is looking. This is how the trade is looking. Let me just reduce my brightness a bit. This is how the trade is looking, guys. You get. All right. So yes, the trade is actually running. I'm hoping to hold this trade overnight, and then to the next day until it plays out, I'm holding it. You get. And so yes, this is the only trade that I didn't get to share it in my Telegram. But first off, we entered the trade earlier, and then it was a GBP USD trade. This was the trade, but we had a buy bias on this particular one. But I think for some reasons, market kind of like did its thing, and then the bias has kind of like changed. You get. And so yes, we are selling rather than buying. You get. So we are selling. We'll be selling GBP USD. And I'm already selling AUD USD as well. So yes, I go by the name Kwame FX. I'm a forex trader here in Ghana. And so if you just join me, then a quick subscription to the channel will do. As well as if you've been with me all this while, then I appreciate the love. Keep sticking with me, because the grind is not about to end. You get. Yes, the grind is not about to end. So first off, I think first things first, let me get straight, or let me give you guys a quick recap on how I analyze my market, or how I got to know these markets about to sell. You get. And all that. Multiple. I'm not coming to start everything from scratch, but like I'm not coming to start like an overall analysis on this particular how I actually did it. Now I'm coming to give you guys the probability of it selling versus the probability of it buying. Which one is actually which one outweighs the other. You get. And all that. So yes, this market is a selling market right now, and so I'm going to give you guys my take on this. So first off, I open the chart, and then as usual, like I spot my demand and supply levels and support and resistance. Is super important. So this is a place where when market actually pushed to the upside. So we mark that level to be a demand level, because price bought from that particular point. And so whenever price in the future comes to that particular point again, we buy to the upside. So I mark it, and I make sure to get mini demand zones on the market. So this is a mini demand zone, and this is a supply zone where market actually sold. You get. So market sold over here, drastically, and all of that. So I spot all these zones on the market. You get. Okay, so like assuming this is a very clear chart to you, just open the chart forward actually come into your mind. Is it going to be buys or is it going to be sells? It's going to be sells in the sense that, bro, this is a first touch. If not for everything, trend line is actually being respected on the market or on the chart or with this particular one. So this is a first touch on the trend line, a second touch, and then a third touch. I wanted to buy this particular market, but I've noticed that the bias has kind of changed. And so yes, so we've had a first touch, a second touch, and a third touch. Price is still respecting the trend line. How am I able to know that price is actually respecting this particular trend line? How am I able to know? See, when market came over here, I look at the trend of the market, the trend alias market structure. You get. Market structure is going to be king of the market. Whenever we are moving to the upside, price should keep the highs and then the lows. It should keep in higher highs and higher lows. What I don't want to see is market take a low. You get. So when market got at the area where the trend line is to be respected, market actually shifted a structure. So instead of higher highs and lows, this is what market did: high, a low, high, a low, and then a break of it. You get. So this is what market is actually giving me. The market is giving me a bearish vibe. So all what I'm waiting for is for market to give me some sort of. So this would potentially be a head and shoulder. So this is a left shoulder, a head, and the market is coming in for a right shoulder to be formed perfectly. And after rejections, or I will to see the reaction over there for me to short to the downside. So this is a potential head and shoulder about to happen on GBP USD. So I'm waiting for this support zone that market broke to be retested, and then I'll sell from that particular side. If it makes sense, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section if it makes sense, bro. So I'll be putting this particular trade in the group or the Telegram channel, and so if you are not part, then you'll be definitely missing out on this one. So on GBP USD, we'll be selling. I'm hoping to sell on GBP USD, and let's look at the AUD USD. So on AUD USD too, yes, I think market will be selling as well on AUD USD, because for AUD USD, just as usual, or just as I said on the GBP USD, I spot my highs and lows. So this is a supply zone alias resistance zone. Anytime market gets to that particular point, we sell. You get, because you sell from resistance and you buy from support. Simple like that. So this is a demand zone also over here, alias support zone. This is where we can buy. So market was keeping in an uptrend when it was moving to the upside, but it got to a point that market actually shifted structure. Instead of it moving in higher highs and lows, market broke a particular low, and this is the low that market broke. This is it. Market kind of created high, low, high, and then a breakout of it. And not only did market break out of this particular, or not only did market violated this particular low, but then again, market actually broke out of a trend line that was being respected for much longer time. So this is a first touch, a second touch, and then so this a first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. You can see how price respected this particular trend line for a while, and then price went on and broke it. So after the break, we are not interested in the break, we are interested in the retest, bro. So this is where market retested, and then I got my trade entry over here. Not only I didn't just enter the market when market got there, I waited for extra confirmations for the entry. So that's why I entered the trade. I'm down currently like $9, but this market, I can bet everything on this market that this market is going to drop like massively to this particular point, and we are going to make a whole lot of money if it continue dropping how we are expecting or we are predicting. So like, yes, market is actually looking good. And for that of Euro USD, I think Euro USD too it's also going to drop, because they all kind of like have the US dollar to be the foot currency, and at this moment the US dollar is going to strengthen, or is going to be stronger versus the base currencies, which is the AUD, the GBP, and then the Euro. Guys, today is Tuesday, and the trade is actually a loss, bro. Look at this. This is a trade right here. This is the trade right here. I don't know if you guys can see. This is the trade right here. The trade actually came out being a loss. I don't get it, because sometimes all these things are parts to make you, the trader, have a steel of heart, you feel me, have a tough skin and all that. But that's not why we are here. I'm here because I'm seeing another setup, which I feel like today being Tuesday, we can take it, because it's still pretty much early. Ever since we got into this particular week, it's pretty much early, so we can still take trades and then make up our losses and all that. So let's look at the loss. This is the AUD card, sorry, the AUD USD. I actually analyzed everything, and guys, if even not for everything, bro, like, look at this and tell me why exactly the market took me out. First off, there's a swing high, Fibonacci confirms, and then a swing low over here. So swing low, and price is rejecting, or when price go to the 50% to the 618 zone, which is a golden zone, price actually had a reaction over there. Not only did price reject, I had a shift of structure, which is the change of direction, you feel me, from higher highs and higher lows to like a break of the low to give me a lower low, and then a lower high, and then a lower low. This was what market did, you feel me. So after market broke out of this particular support, not only is price going back to retest this particular support, but price then again broke out of a trend line that it has respected for a while, bro. A while. Market broke out of the trend line, and then market went back to respect it, you feel me, and then dropped. And so this is where I entered my trade. I didn't just enter when market got here. Market got to this previous support. I entered based on my entry confirmations. I got entries before entering this particular one, and so everything was actually right on the trade bar. It is what it is. Market fucked me up. The most hurting part is, or the most saddest part is, it took me out. So it's dropping without me inside of the trade. It is all part of the game, and then that's not why we are here. We are here because today being Tuesday, another setup is actually forming. So GBP card, this is GBP card. I feel like with market, or what market is actually the vibe that market is giving me, market wants to target this particular high. Or if market do not have the intentions of targeting this particular high, it shouldn't have broken this the recent resistance zone in the first place. You get, I'm just hoping for market to give me, or I'm just waiting for market to push back and then retest this particular resistance zone, then push, just as I explained earlier. I'm not interested in the breakout, I'm interested in the retest. So yes, for this particular one, I'm sure whenever it's ready, I'm going to take it. If hopefully it gives me an opportunity for me to enter, but if it doesn't, I leave it, and then alhamdulillah, we find another setup on the market and trade as the days go by, you feel me, and all that. So yes, I go by the name Kwame FX. I'm a forex trader here in Ghana, trying to make my way all the way to the top. And so yes, if you just joined, then a quick subscription to the channel would do, as well as if you've been with me all this while, then I appreciate the love. Keep sticking with me, because the grind is not about to end. I'm on the road to forever successful. This is my prop account balance. Right now I'm down like I think 5% or 5.5. I'm down like 5.5% on the prop firm account, which is it's bad, but it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad. You get we can still make our way to the upside anytime soon. Just one trade is gonna take me back to break even. That's me. Just one trade is gonna take me back to break even, or 2 trades. So yes, I'm down 5.5% on the prop account, but trust me, we are not losing this one. We are actually taking this as opportunity, and you flip this shit up and you make it happen and all that. So yes, I'm gonna catch you all in the next one. Stay tuned for the results, the updates, how the trade is gonna play in the next video. Check all those things out in the next video, the trade update in the next video. If you're actually liking my videos, if you're feeling my vibe already, then you're part of the family. Subscribe and then share my videos. Comment, leave a comment, bro. Leave a comment. This is how I'm gonna end the video.